The Rothschild family, a real-life Illuminati. It is said that the Rothschild family is so powerful that they could buy the World Bank in an instant. Not only that, but since the 18th century, they have been linked to most of the world's wars in one way or another. The Rothschild family, which started in 1760 with Mayer Amschel Rothschild's banking business, now has a presence in almost every sector worldwide. Despite having a net worth of $20 trillion, very few people have actually heard about any of its members. This is a Jewish family, and when one of their members, Louis Nathaniel, was captured by the Nazis in 1938, they paid a ransom of $364 million to free him, the highest ransom ever paid in history. Moreover, the family played a significant role in Napoleon's defeat in 1815. In 1820, they also helped Brazil gain independence by giving £2 million to the Portuguese. The immense wealth of this family, their connections with powerful individuals, their involvement in world wars, the foundation of capitalism, and their role in industrialization make them not only the wealthiest but also one of the most powerful families in the world. In today's video, we will explore the history of the Rothschild family, their influence on world history, and how one family has managed to control the world. The history of the Rothschild family. Imagine if a single family controlled Europe's economic and political power without anyone even realizing it. It may sound unbelievable, but for the Rothschild family, it was a reality. They were the most famous European banking dynasty, significantly influencing Europe's economic and indirect political history for nearly 200 years. With such power concentrated in one family, you could say they were the destiny makers of Europe. The banking empire of the Rothschilds was founded by Mayer Amschel Rothschild and his 5 sons, Amschel Mayer, Solomon Mayer, Nathan Mayer, Karl Mayer, and Jacob or James Mayer. Starting in Frankfurt, Germany, their banking house rapidly expanded into an international bank. The family provided banking services such as lending, deposits, and bond issuance. By 1820, the 5 brothers decided to expand their wealth and power internationally. They established banking houses in 5 of the world's wealthiest cities: London, Paris, Vienna, and Naples. Mayer and his eldest son, Amschel, managed the business from Frankfurt, while Nathan established a branch in London in 1804. Similarly, Solomon opened banks in Vienna and Naples. By then, the Rothschilds had become international bankers. However, even with all this wealth, they knew they had the potential to achieve much more. That's why they invested in industries beyond banking, including finance, mining, energy, and real estate. Due to their foresight, the Rothschild family soon became one of the world's wealthiest families. Even today, the Rothschild name is associated with major historical events because they were directly or indirectly involved in many of them. The Rothschild family's involvement in major historical events. For conspiracy theorists, the history of the Rothschild family is a goldmine. However, it is undeniable that this family was involved in some of the most significant historical incidents. As we mentioned earlier, the Rothschilds did not just establish banking houses, they also laid the foundation for modern capitalism. They pioneered the concept of investment, taking money from banks and using it for government projects, which proved highly profitable. Today, the entire banking system follows this model, offering returns on investments. During the Industrial Revolution, banking was a new concept. Keeping money in one place, investing it, taking loans and transferring funds were all complicated tasks. International banking was almost impossible. But the Rothschild family's international branches provided the solution, making them the first to introduce advanced banking communication systems. One example of their influence was in the 1800s when they funded the colonization of Africa. At one point, they even controlled the largest bank in America while operating from Europe. Their financial network gave them an advantage, especially when Britain defeated Napoleon at the Battle of Waterloo. The Battle of Waterloo and financial mastery. Between 1813 and 1815, Nathan Mayer Rothschild played a crucial role in financing Britain's war efforts. In 1815 alone, the Rothschilds provided British continental allies with subsidies worth £99.8 million. This made them indispensable not just to Britain, but to all of Europe. However, when Napoleon was defeated in 1815, the Rothschilds received the news 24 hours before the British government did. They used this information to manipulate the stock market. Nathan Rothschild began selling British shares, creating panic that Britain had lost the war. Seeing this, other investors also started selling their shares at low prices. But the Rothschilds secretly bought all these cheap shares. The next day, when the news of Britain's victory spread, stock prices soared and the Rothschilds made massive profits. After this historic event, the Rothschilds' involvement in major events only increased. Their biggest role came during the First World War. Role in World Wars. By the early 1900s, the Rothschilds had already invested heavily in weapons and war equipment. Some theories suggest that they orchestrated the First World War to make money. Surprisingly, they supplied weapons, ammunition, and medical supplies to both the Allied and Central Powers, profiting immensely from the war. Some believe that they even created situations that triggered World War I. Although they did not directly start World War II, they still benefited from it. The Rothschilds allegedly funded both the Allied and Axis powers. Since the US was initially reluctant to join the war, some believe the Rothschilds played a role in Japan's attack on Pearl Harbor, forcing America to enter the war. While the world suffered immense losses, the Rothschilds gained enormous wealth during and after both world wars. They provided loans to defeated nations and invested in reconstruction efforts, ensuring financial gains regardless of the war's outcome. The family also lent huge sums to the British government, eventually becoming major shareholders in the Suez Canal, a crucial global trade route. Wealth and current influence. The Rothschild family's influence isn't just limited to the 20th century. Even in the 21st century, they have played significant roles in stabilizing economies. For example, in the 2000s, when the Ivory Coast and Cameroon faced economic crises, the Rothschilds helped them return to the international market. Similarly, they assisted Chad during its economic downturn. Today, the Rothschild family owns assets worth approximately $400 billion. They possess over 1,800 royal mansions worldwide, more than 100 private jets, and significant shares in major corporations. They also hold large stakes in top stock markets, including the New York Stock Exchange, Tokyo Stock Exchange, and London Stock Exchange. Their liquid assets are stored in dollars, euros, and other global currencies. Many rumors surround the Rothschild family. Some believe they control the world's money supply and are responsible for instigating global conflicts. There are also theories that they orchestrated the assassination of US President John F. Kennedy and several other world leaders. However, the truth behind these claims remains uncertain. Today, the Rothschild family operates largely behind the scenes, away from the public eye. Their descendants remain among the wealthiest individuals in Europe and own some of the largest investment brokerage firms. Some financial journalists claim that the family works as a shadow organization and holds stakes in nearly every major international bank. Their official website, however, describes them as one of the world's largest independent financial service providers, employing over 3,800 financial advisors in 40 countries. Currently, the seventh generation of the Rothschild family manages the business. Do you know of any other secretive families like them? Let us know in the comments.